Okay, so today is Friday, November 19th, and it's about, what time is it? It's about 3 o'clock here in Washington State, and I wanted to get on, and I've got my Shawlography, and I am ready to finish it. I'm ready to finish it because let's be done. Because what? Come on. So anyway, we're gonna see how much I can do tonight. I'm going to sit, I'm going to knit, I'm going to watch The Great British Bake Off or Harry Potter, one of them. I don't know which one yet. And let's see how much of my Shawlography I can finish. Okay, here we go. Hi everyone. All right, so it is the next day, Saturday, November 20th, and it's about 2:30. It's about 2:30 here in Puyallup, Washington, and Shawlography is very, very close to being done. I just have one more stripe to do, and then I will get to blocking it. So I'm gonna go finish that up right now. Okay. Hi! Okay, so Shawlography is done, but I am just filling up the water right now because I'm gonna soak it, and I wanted to show you guys. So the water, I'm putting it in here. I watched the video. He says that he recommends the cold water. So I'm putting cold water in here. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm just gonna use probably just like a capful, maybe not even a capful, just a little bit. It smells like lemon. It smells good. Okay, so into the water this is gonna go, which is, so yeah, so just getting ready to soak it. Let me put the cap back on this so it doesn't come undone. Getting ready to soak it. I weaved in all of the ends, and I'm excited. I'm excited to have Shawlography. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soak it for about 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. Between 15 minutes and a half an hour. I usually go 15 minutes, but I think I'm gonna go close to half an hour on this one. So I'm gonna soak it, and then when I lay it out to dry, I will show you what I do then. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so it is 5:45. So she's been in there for about an hour. I went for a walk, and so that's what happened. I went for a walk and it took longer than expected, and so she's only, my Shawlography has been in the water for about half an hour, or no, an hour. So that's fine. Anyway, I wanted to show you the blocking process and sort of what I do. So, okay, so I'll show you right now, excuse the dirty bathroom, but, this is Shawlography. I don't have any color run. It doesn't look like. It doesn't look like there's a lot. If there is some, it's very minimal, so it's not a big deal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to try to keep it as it is, like kind of folded up really good, as it is. And then I'm going to put it on this towel. I'm going to wrap it up in the towel, and then I am going to not wring it out because you don't want to wring it, but I'll show you what I do. So let me go ahead and do this. And the bathroom is really dirty, so I'm so sorry for, like, don't come at me for a dirty bathroom. I'm squeezing it right now. You can't really see it, but I'm squeezing as much water as I can out of the Shawlography. I almost dropped it back in the water. That would have been bad. I actually make it into this like sort of circle thing. And then I do the fun part. I take my little weird knit burrito, set it on the floor, and this is how I get as much water as I can out. I stand on it. Okay, so that should be good. Hopefully you guys saw that okay. So I stand on it and it flattens it out. And you can see the water seeping through. I really just try to get as much water as I possibly can out of the knit. So that is what I do. Let me go ahead and show you guys my blocking setup and where I have it. Hi guys, here is the blocking setup that I have. Just have it on a long thing like this. These are just blocking mats. And I'm actually not going to use pins because in the video, Stephen West does not use pins for blocking this Shawlography. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to lay it out flat. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica and this is my knitting channel called The Worsted Witch, in which I talk about all things knitting and some different crafts and some books that I'm reading and TV shows that I'm watching. Today is Sunday, November 28th. It is about 11:30 in the afternoon here in Washington State, which is where I'm coming to you from. Today is going to be episode 3 of my Worsted Witch podcast. I haven't made a video for just a little over a week. I think it's been, it's actually been almost 2 weeks. So it's been about 9-ish, 10 days, something like that. Almost a fortnight, but we're back. I wanted to get on here and share a little bit of an update before I started the Vlogmas series in December, which is coming up fast. December is on Wednesday and it is Sunday, so it's coming up quick. And yeah, anyway, but I wanted to get on here and show what I've finished for the month of November, which isn't much. I'll tell you now, I have more works in progress than I have finished objects, but I can share with you what I've got. So let's go ahead and just get started with today's video. I don't have too much of a life update for you. So finished objects. Well, I just have 2, or like 1.5. And as you can see, it is what I'm wearing. So I have finished the Shawlography, which is the, I have finished Shawlography, which is the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along of 2021. Here it is. It is so big and it is so beautiful. I love it. I finished that, what do you call that? That large striped border, that large border. That took me a really long time to actually do, but I got it done. So let me just talk about Shawlography for a second. This was the second mystery knit along that I took part in. I took part in 2020's Slipstravaganza as well. I've enjoyed both times that I've done the Stephen West mystery knit along. It's such a blast. It's such a blast because you get to see everybody's color choices and everybody's you know, a lot of people make modifications, a lot of people just like to share their pictures. I like looking at things when we're all making the same thing. I like knit-alongs, and to have it be a mystery is just so cool and so much fun, and you don't know what you're knitting, and I actually like that. I like that mystery aspect to it. So I've just had a blast both times that I've taken part in the mystery knit-along. I will be doing next year's as well, just to kind of keep it going. But I thoroughly enjoyed this year's Shawlography design. I'm very happy with my color choices. The color choices that I have, you can see here, are mostly greens and grays. The two greens that I have are this light neon green and the darker green, which that's not a good picture. So here's the two greens. So I've got the light neon green and the dark green here. These greens were both Dream in Color yarn, Smooshy Cashmere, and I know the light green, neon green, is called In the Dale, but I'm totally forgetting the name of the dark green. I'll put everything in the description down below so you guys know. And then the grays that I used for this pattern, I've got the dark gray here, which is just a regular gray, I suppose. Then I've got sort of a lighter gray, as you can see in these stripes right here. Maybe if it's gonna show up, I don't know. And then I've got sort of a greenish gray right here. These grays were all Madeline Tosh Twist Light yarn. The colors, I know the dark gray is called the Upside Down. I know the greenish gray is called Matcha. I don't remember the light gray color's name. I think it's just like gray or something. Anyway, I don't remember exactly, but again, I'll put this information in the description down below so you guys have it. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. The purple, though, that I used, I incorporated a 6th color into my Shawlography, which is that dark purple there, which shows up. It shows up in 3 places. It shows up in the Slippy V section, and then it also shows up in the triangle section, and then it also shows up it shows up in the crisscross section. But it shows up 3 times in my shawl. I really, really like it with the rest of the palette. I think it showed up really, really cool with the rest of it. It was just a good color addition. I do not remember where or who makes the dark purple that I use. It's just an eggplant purple, which you probably can't see very well in this video, but it's just a dark eggplant purple. I know that I got it at a yarn store here in Washington State that is now closed. They closed, unfortunately, over 2020 during the pandemic, and so they're no longer. They were a yarn store called the Sock Peddlers. So I know I bought it there, but I don't remember, you know, who makes it, where it's from, or what the color is called. So unfortunately, it was just a yarn from my stash, basically, that I had. So I just incorporated it into my Shawlography, and I think ultimately it turned out really great. Once I finished it, I realized that I just had a ton of leftover yarn. I had a lot of leftover yarn. The pattern calls for at least 100 grams of 5 skeins. 5 skeins of 100 grams each. And I just had a lot left over. I didn't weigh the skeins, the cakes that I had. I didn't weigh them or anything, but there was definitely at least, I don't know, at least 40 grams in each one. Maybe some of them had less, but there was just a lot of leftover yarn. And so I was thinking about, what can I do with my leftover yarn? And I was watching Martin from Knit365, who, if you haven't checked out his channel, I highly recommend checking out Martin from Knit365. He's just a joy to watch, and yeah, he's just fabulous. But I think his wrap up to Shawlography, he also documented his process with the Shawlography shawl, so you can go back and watch that. But in the last video for his Shawlography shawl, he was talking about how much leftover yarn he had as well. And he was trying to think of what he could do with his yarn. And he ended up finding a hashtag on Instagram that was socks to match your shawl. and it's sort of a make-along thing, I guess, that he's doing. So you can make socks to match your shawl, which I think is a really cool idea. I think he actually started his socks as well, and I think has put them down at this point, but he started the socks, and so I was thinking, oh, socks would be cool, but as you know from my last video, episode 2, I'm making a ton of socks already, and so I just didn't want to make more socks. I didn't want to add to it. But then I was scrolling through Instagram, obviously, and I saw Stephen West's post about his Pupography that he finished for his little dog Brioche. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to make a Pupography because I have D'Artagnan, who is here. He is here, but he is he's with one of his babies right now, so we don't want to disturb him. But I decided to make him a Pupography. So let me go ahead and show you. I did finish it, so let me show you. So that'll be my second finished object for this month. This is my first one, my Shawlography shawl, and the second one is the Pupography. Here is the Pupography. It is so cute. It is freaking adorable. And it fits D'Artagnan perfectly. It's just like exactly his size. So here's the back here, where I just made this section and I grafted these two together. So Pupography, it took me a little bit to find Stephen's notes, but he made notes while he was doing his Pupography so that you could sort of follow along and do your own if you wanted to. And his notes were massively helpful. I will link that in the description below so you guys can check that out and see that, because it might be a little bit more helpful than what I'll share today. With Pupography, if you want me to sort of go in depth and share my notes about how I did D'Artagnan's Pupography, let me know, and I'll put it in the description below, or I'll just email it to you or whatever, I don't know, or maybe you'll have to put it on my Ravelry page or something like that. But Pupography, in Stephen West's, I'll just tell you how I did it. So in Stephen West's notes, he does section 1 and 2 exactly as written, and for me, D'Artagnan is only 6 pounds. He's very, very small, and so this sections 1 and 2 with my same yarn is almost the length of his entire body. I mean, it's really massive. It's really huge. See here, and it's supposed to go around like this, and this hole is just way too big. So I thought I've got to modify section 2 in some way. So that's what I did. I'll show you here. That was mine, and then this is D'Artagnan's. In the original pattern, you have five stripes in each thing, and I only have 4, because what I did was when I did section 1 as written, and then section 2, instead of doing 32 stitches in the I-cord, I did 26, which is significantly less, but I probably even could have done a little less than that. I probably could have gone with like 22 or 24 even. Like I probably could have gone down from 26, but I just wanted to be safe. So I did 26, and then that only left me room to do 4 stripes of the contrasting color in each wedge, which is totally fine. That works. And then once you finish section 1 and 2, you move on to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And instead of picking up stitches, you know, in your Shawlography, you pick up stitches all the way starting at the end, and then you pick it up all the way around the wedges on section 2. Instead of doing that, you pick up from the middle, and you put it on your dark bag, see how many stitches you need to pick up, or how many stitches in each wedge you need to pick up. For me, I only needed to pick up stitches from these 3 wedges here in the middle, and so that's what I did. The Slippy V section, I modified too. I made it, I didn't make my Slippy V's as big. There's only 1 pattern repeat there. And then the I-cord worms, or the I-cords, I just did as written, so those are the same. This next section, which are the columns, I only did so many repeats of. As you can see, it's not as large. And then I did the welts as written. The triangle, as you can see, I only did 1 triangle. The bobbles I did as written, And then to end it, I just did these short rows here with the dark gray to end it, and then bound off in an I-cord, and I-cord all the way around. So that is that. And then so that's the back. And then to fit it around him, Stephen describes how you just pick up stitches on each side of the Pupography, starting at the corner right here, starting at the corners. And I noticed that on his Pupography, he picked up stitches from the corner all the way down to the end. But for me, D'Artagnan's really, really little, like I said, so that was too many stitches, and I wanted to make sure that he could still wear this and still use it and go to the bathroom and stuff like that, and it wouldn't be a problem. So, because he is a boy, so I just wanted to make sure that it would work for him. So I ended up picking up stitches only from the corner to about here. So I stopped right about here. I didn't go all the way to the end. And then I just did garter. I just did garter stitch like this with 2 different colors on each side. And when I decreased for this, I'll talk about really quickly, when I decreased for these little wedges here on the side, instead of decreasing from both sides of here, like this side and this side, I only decreased from one side. And for D'Artagnan, I only decreased from the bottom, so that I could make sure that his, he could still go to the bathroom and everything, and nothing would be hindered, and he could still wear it. So for me, and for D'Artagnan rather, I only decreased from the bottom. So, and then obviously this goes around his neck, and to fit it around his neck, I just knit these I-cords here, and you just tie them together. So that is the finished Pupography. And like I said, if you want more detailed description of, exactly how I did it and what modifications I made, I will put those probably on my Ravelry page. So if you want to see that, let me know and I'll link it for you or send it to you or whatever. So those are the 2 finished objects that I have. Not a lot, but definitely fun, and I'm very excited to have these both finished. So that is Shawlography. I will move on to works in progress. Now, last time I talked to you guys, the works in progress, I only had 3 works in progress that I shared with you, and I said that number would probably change, most definitely. It has. That has definitely changed. So I still have, let's see, I think Shawlography was a works in progress the last time I talked to you, so that has moved on to a finished object. Really, really quickly, I will talk about works in progress. So the first one that I have for you is the perpetual work in progress, and that is my Slipstravaganza Blanket. Let me show you really quickly. I'm trying to make this video significantly shorter than the last one because it was like just too long. So this is my Slipstravaganza Blanket so far, and it is still bunched up on the needle, so you can't really see it too well, but I'm happy to report the progress that I've made on it. I said I was probably going to put it down and not pick it up for November and that it would just sit on the needles, but I started working on it again, and yeah, I like it so much that I just want to work on it as much as possible. So last time I left you, I was on the 4th stripe here. I was on the 3rd or 4th row of the 4th stripe, which was that silver one. I have since done, I don't know, what is that, like 9 rows, which is a lot, I guess, but I have since done the 5th bubble there, which is just the gray, and I'm just starting. I'm on the 1st row for the next dark gray. All in all, these bubble stripes, there'll be 12 of them, so I'm almost, once I finish this 6th bubble here, I'll be halfway through the bubble section. So that is where I'm at right now. Not a lot to report on this one right now, but I am trying to figure out when I'm going to move on and incorporate another set of circular needles into my Slipstravaganza Blanket, and I don't know, I think I'm gonna probably, once I get to like maybe like the 9th bubble stripe, I'll kind of reassess and see where I'm at, because it's just gradually getting larger and larger around. And so, yeah, I'll see where I'm at. Probably that'll be a little bit more than halfway through the bubble section before I put in a second needle. So we'll see. But that's where I'm at on my Slipstravaganza blanket. Definitely a works in progress. Still going strong on it though. I'm very happy with my progress on it since the last time I talked to you. That's a lot of progress in 2 weeks, so pretty good. I'm happy with that. And let's talk about the next works in progress, and that is what I shared with you last time, which are the Poet Socks by Sari Nordland, that I'm knitting up with my Miss Babs yarn in the color Sea Goddess, this Estrellita fingering yarn with a little bit of sparkle in it. It's supposed to be like a Tiffany blue, as I explained last time, which to my eye still looks relatively similar. So yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say I've finished the first sock, but I have not. I've almost finished the first sock. I'll insert a little picture of this, but I have broke for the toe, and I'm ready to just Kitchener stitch these 24 stitches together. There's 12 on each side, and all I have to do to finish this sock is just Kitchener stitch those, or graft or Kitchener stitch those stitches together, and then I'll be done with the first sock. I broke for the toe a little bit too early, and it just wasn't quite long enough, so I had to tink back, or frog back, all of the stitches that I had decreased, and then just kind of keep going, make it about an inch or so longer than it was, and then break for the toe, because the toe itself is about 1.5 inches. So yeah, so I had to do that. That worked out though. I think we're good. I think it's exactly the right length now. It looks a little weird because it's unblocked, but I think it's exactly the right length now. And once I stitch these two together, I can get this first sock off the needles at least, start on the second one, and then get them both blocked, because Christmas is coming up here soon, guys, and these socks need to be done before Christmas, because these are going to be a Christmas gift. So this is the Poet Sock by Sari Nordland, as I said, and that is basically the design there. It's a really beautiful and elegant design. I'm very, very happy with it. But yeah, I had a little trouble doing the measuring, but other than that, I think we're good. So this is the second work in progress that I have right now. Almost done with that first sock, and hopefully we'll get started on that second sock pretty soon. Let's see, I have one more works in progress to show you, so I still have 3, I guess. Soon to be 4 and 5. Soon to be 5, let's say. But I have one more that I've already started. So last time I talked to you guys, I showed you in the acquisitions and future plans that I was planning on, or am planning on, taking part in Sockmas 2021, hosted by Natalie from Knitty Natty. And I have begun my Sockmas 2021 socks. This Sockmas and the Winter Sock Make-Along on Instagram I will feature mainly in my Vlogmas series. But let me just show you where I'm at. I started last night on the socks that I'm making with for the Sockmas 2021. So I'll just show you really quickly. The socks that I'm making are called Santa's Crew, and they are a pattern by Twin Stitches Designs. I will insert a picture somewhere so you guys can see. But I have started on them already. I am using yarn here with 2 contrasting colors. There. I'm using this yarn. This yarn is from Ruby and Rose's Yarn Company. Addison at Ruby and Rose's Yarn Company. She hand dyes these yarns. I think she still has some of this sock yarn set. It's called Castle by Day. And I think she still has some available. If you get a chance to pick it up, I highly recommend it. It is the softest and butteriest yarn that I've ever worked with. It's sort of amazing. I love it. Anyway, the Castle by Day sock set is what I'm using, and like I said, the pattern that I'm knitting is called Santa's Crew, and it is a cuff down pattern. So I have started already. I picked up these new needles too, as you can see. These are on 9-inch circulars, and these are Chiagu 9-inch circular bamboo needles in size 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter, and oh my god, I love them. I love them. They're amazing. I recommend checking them out if you haven't already. But anyway, this is the Santa's Crew sock pattern that I have started. I have not gotten very far with it, as you can see. I just started it last night. But I have started some of the color work already. So hopefully you guys saw from the picture, but it has this sort of like design. It's got a little design at the top, and then it's got little reindeer. And since I had 2 contrasting colors, what I decided to do was use both of them. So I used the white for the top here, which you can't really see it too well. So I probably should have used the mauve color for all of it, but I used the white for the top, and then I'm using the mauve for the reindeer, which I've just started on, and I've only gotten to their antlers, so you can't really see too much of it right now. But this is going to be the Santa's Crew sock. First things first that I'm noticing with this is that this yarn is, like I said, the softest yarn I've ever worked with. It is incredible, and it just feels so nice. It's so soft that it looks almost like there's mohair in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like it's just like got this halo around it, and it's just because it's so soft. And yeah, I don't know. I put a picture of it on Instagram. I was like, I cannot wait to get these on my feet. These are going to be amazing. So these are definitely going to be for me though. But these are my Santa's Crew sock here. So I'm very excited to get going with those and to finish those. Like I said, I will feature these Santa Crew socks and the socks that I'm going to be making for the winter sock make along in my Vlogmas series, so you guys have a little bit more information on that. But I have started already, and I'm loving the yarn. Love it. I might buy some more yarn from Ruby and Rose's Yarn Company because they're just, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. So yeah, so that is the third works in progress because I've already started it. And that is all that I have right now. I don't have any more works in progress. So I'll just move right on to future plans and acquisitions. Last time I talked to you guys about this for the winter sock make along, I didn't have the yarn that I got for the winter sock make along yet. The yarn has arrived, so I'm very, very happy to show it to you. That is the yarn from Moonglow Yarn Company. This is the what's it called? Frosted Forest sock set right here. Maybe you guys can't see that, but Frosted Forest sock set from Moonglow Yarn Company. And it did arrive, and I have caked it up already. So it comes with these 3 skeins here. You get sort of a light green sort of spruce color here. You get the red here, and then this is a silver. This is a silver contrast color. It's not really white, it's silver. but it's a very light silver. Sorry, this is coming undone, so it's bothering me. So you get these 3 contrasting colors, and then the main color you have the choice of buying 50 or 100 grams of. I bought the 100 grams, and that is 100 grams of the dark green here, which is sort of just like a balsam green, as you can see. So you got these colors. You might be wondering why everything else is caked and this is in a ball. When I was trying to cake up this yarn on the winder, it freaked out. It freaked out on me, and I had to do it by hand. So, because it was all kinds of twisted up, and I don't know why it was like that or why it freaked out, but I had to do it by hand, and it took me like, forever. It took me like an hour to like wind this up, but that's why this is in a ball and the rest are in cakes. But I'm kind of interested to work with this in a ball because I was watching a new podcaster, newer podcaster, new to me, but a newer podcaster that I found, who is Karen. Karen from A Yarn Tale. She's amazing. She's great. I think she's in Chicago. She's a newer knitter. I love her channel. Love it. I love it so much. I love watching Karen. But she talked about briefly, I think in her second video, about how when she has a cake like this one, when she's knitting, she gets a little bit more twist in her yarn, and it starts curling up more when it's in a cake versus when it's in a ball here. So she doesn't like that. So she mainly uses balls of yarn and like winds them up by hand, which when I watched it, I thought, that's crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? But she says that the yarn, when it's in a ball like this, she just gets less twist in the yarn when she's knitting, and it's a little bit easier to work with for her. And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if, because I get a lot of twist in my yarn when I have cakes as well, and I'm wondering if when I do this with the ball that it'll be less cakey. So maybe, we'll see. Or less twisty, rather, not cakey. Less cakey. No, less twist in the yarn when I'm knitting with it. So we'll see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know, but I'm curious. But that is why this isn't a ball. So that's what happened. For this yarn, what I'm planning on knitting with this yarn is, as I shared last time, is a pattern called Winter Socks by Mia Damer, I think is how you say it, or Vicky Vera on Instagram and Ravelry. She is a knitting designer. She is wonderful. I've had her winter socks for a while. I'm going to use this sock set to knit up those winter socks, and I'm very excited. I will insert a picture so you guys can see. But that starts, the winter sock make along, I think it starts December 1st. So that doesn't start until Wednesday, but I do have the yarn ready to go for that. So that'll be a work in progress when I check in with you in December for Vlogtober, but it is not a work in progress yet. And that's about it. I don't really have anything else knitting related to talk to you guys about. I do have something that I purchased yesterday that I will show you. This is not knitting related, but I purchased this yesterday, and I have to show it to you guys because it's the cutest thing ever. Oh my god. I am so excited about this. I have tried to crochet in the past. I am not a prolific crochet person by any means, but I am gonna try it to make these little guys. And it comes with the whole book here. So I'm excited to do this. You can make all these different characters for Harry Potter. I'm just very excited. So I got this. It even comes with a little wand crochet hook. It's like shaped like a wand, but it's a crochet hook. There it is at the top. A picture of it at the top. So I haven't opened it yet, very excited. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So here's the little book, and it's got all of the information and instructions that you need to make basically all of the characters. You get, oh, you get everybody. Okay, so you get 14 projects in this little tiny book. You get Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron. You get a student robe and scarf, so the robes and scarf are removable. You can take them off. You get Dobby, the house elf. You get Rubius Hagrid. You get Norbert, the dragon. Oh, Norbert. Cute. You get Albus Dumbledore, Minerva McGonagall, or Professor Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall. You get the Sorting Hat. You get Voldemort. You get Professor Snape. You get Ginny Weasley, and you get Hedwig. So, super cute. I'm very excited to get started with this. You have no idea. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I'm so excited about this. Look at this cute little crochet hook, you guys. It's a crochet hook, but it's a wand. Ah, I'm in love with it. It's so cute. I love it. I bought myself a little Christmas gift with this. I saw it at a craft store that we have here in Washington State called Ben Franklin Crafts, and I had to have it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm buying it. It's done. We're buying this. So I don't usually crochet, but I'm gonna try it to make these little guys because they're just so cute. I don't know when I'm gonna start that, but at some point I'm gonna make this because it's so cute. I love it. So I purchased that, and that is it. So that is it for knitting and different crafts. So if you don't want to hear about any TV shows or books or anything, you can click off of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in December for Vlogtober. I hope you click on and enjoy it and let me know what you think. But thank you for watching, you guys. Let me go ahead and move right along to TV shows and books. I do not have any more books that I'm reading. Last time I was reading The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, I think is the name. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't finished it. It is such a good book. Like I said last time, I'm totally loving it, but I just haven't finished it yet. I've just been my mind on other things, and I haven't read anything from it, but I love that book. I'm still working on that book. But I thought maybe I should reread Harry Potter. What do you guys think? Should I reread Harry Potter or just rewatch all the movies? I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be the 20th anniversary. There's a thing about that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Don't really have a lot of book recommendations right now because I haven't really read anything. TV shows. I have been watching that TV show called Invasion that I talked to you guys about on Apple TV Plus, and that is interesting still. I'm still unsure whether or not I like that TV show. It's just a little weird, and there's one character on there that just bothers me, and she's just annoying, and I just can't. I don't know. It is a good TV show, though, I will say. Most of the TV shows that I've watched on Apple TV Plus are good. You know, like I've watched the TV show called C with Jason Momoa. I've watched the TV show with Reese Witherspoon called The Morning Show. It's also got Jennifer Aniston in it, and that's also very, very good. Yeah, most of the TV shows that I've watched on Apple TV Plus have been really good. Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer is amazing. So I don't know. I mean, they're mostly really, really good. I'm a little unsure about this Invasion show. I think I just watched the 8th episode, and the TV shows on Apple TV Plus are usually about 10 episodes in a season. And so, if I'm not mistaken, they'll probably probably be only like 2 episodes left of this TV show, and I don't know. It's basically about aliens invading. It's an alien invasion, which is why it's called Invasion. And it's like they come, and they're definitely hostile because they've like killed people, but I don't really know what the end game here is. So I guess we'll see. Anyway, I've been watching Invasion. It's okay. Not quite sure how I feel about it yet, but I've been watching that one. And obviously I talked about Outlander last time. I still love Outlander. I'm never going to stop. I love Outlander so much. I am still on the first season though, because I started watching another show that I'll talk about, but I'm still in the first season. I'm just rewatching it because I haven't watched season 5 yet. So I'm still rewatching. Still on the first season, but it's going quite slowly. I like to savor each episode. So, still watching Outlander, but yeah, still in the first season. And the next show, the third show that I've been watching that I will talk about, I have binge watched all of the episodes in like 3 days. I absolutely love this TV show called The Great on Hulu. If you have not watched it, it is hilarious. It is so funny. Oh my gosh. So The Great stars Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult, and Elle Fanning plays Catherine the Great of Russia, and Nicholas Hoult plays her husband Peter III. And there's 2 seasons. The second season just came out, so it's still pretty new. But the first season came out, I want to say, last year. Last year is when I did watch the first season, so I started watching this kind of a long time ago, and the second season just came out, so that's what I binge watched over 3 days. Not the first 2 seasons, but just the second one. And it is hilarious. It's so funny. It is not for everyone, though. It's sort of a raunchy comedy, so it can be a little bit, but it is hilarious. If you don't mind the raunchy comedy bits, it's a lot of fun. It's so funny. It's basically about Catherine's rise to power in Russia, Catherine the Great, but it's almost an entirely untrue version of the story, and I absolutely love it. It's so good. It's so good. I think it was Emmy nominated, at least. I don't know if it won anything, but it was Emmy nominated in season 1. Anyway, I recommend checking it out if you don't mind the raunchy comedy bits, because it's very, very good and very, very funny. So I just finished the second season and I absolutely loved it. Let's see. That's it. That's all I have today, guys. I don't really have too much. And hopefully this video won't be as long as the last one. I apologize. But I will see you guys again for the Vlogtober series. And not Vlogtober, oh my gosh. I will see you guys again for the Vlogmas series in December, which starts on Wednesday. Yay! Okay, you guys, have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Happy knitting.